Hello guys, welcome to Picture This New Media. I know I'm a little late to this, and my name is Halal Ernie. I'm going to be doing tomorrow's new comic book day recommendations. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna get this kind of quick. There wasn't very many good recommendations out this time, but we'll get through them. This top row, Nightwing, I don't recommend. It's from a different writer from the ones that doing the Teen Titan type thing. It's not good. Next up is Action Comics. Those ones are good. Just the little side stories and stuff. Next up is Thor issue number 34. Hard pass. Nothing really good going on in the Thor universe. Nothing exciting. They have, I guess, MF Doom, but I don't know. They've totally destroyed that character as well, and it's sad. Green Arrow issue number 2 by DC Comics. I haven't heard anything really on this one, if it's good or bad. I'm just glad they're not making Green Arrow all femaled out. So they could be replacing them though. Who knows? Let me see. Doesn't really look like it that much. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So I don't know, this might be worth it for regular Green Arrow fans. This might be worth it. I'll recommend that one to Green Arrow fans. Justice Society of America by DC Comics. I don't know. Huntress. Let's see. New Golden Age. Doesn't look all too interesting. Not really my thing. I won't recommend that. Harley Quinn. I don't recommend Harley Quinn at all. She was one of my favorite characters, and yeah, Punchline is now because they ruined her. Next up is King Spawn issue number 22. I highly recommend it. Really good story. And the beginning is just absolutely insane to this. I got the volume 1 to this, and whoa, I sure missed out on a lot. And it's a continuation of Spawn, but he's the ultimate warrior in this one. And yeah, I highly recommend this one. Catch up first, because you will be a little lost. I was a little lost, but I know what Spawn's about. So basically, it was easy to catch up if you're a Spawn fan. Next up is Vanish by Image Comics. I do highly recommend this one if you are trying to stay away from the Marvel and DC superhero comic book thing. There's a lot of gore, there's a lot of craziness, a lot of intense battles. Well, not really gore, but there is it's definitely more bloody than you'll catch in a Marvel or a DC comic book that's not DC Black Label, because Black Label pushes its limits. So yeah, I recommend this one. Catch up while you can though, because you will be lost if you start off on number 7. Next up is Unstoppable Doom Patrol by DC Comics issue number 3. I haven't heard really anything on this one. It is a mini-series, a 3 out of 6. So I don't know, if you're a Green Lantern type fan, you might like this little mini story. Next up is Star Wars The High Republic issue 10, Hard Pass. Same with Tim Drake's Robin, Hard Pass. The writer on this one is just not worthy to even. Next up is Star Wars Darth Vader by Marvel Comics, Black, White, and Red. I'm sure there's a lot of non-canon stories, some fun, some whimsical, some evil. If you're a Star Wars fan, a Darth Vader fan, you might like it. Proceed with caution, though. Extreme Venomverse. I did not get the chance to review or read issue number 1, so I can't recommend this one fully yet, because I'll recommend it with but proceed with caution. Same with the like Darth Vader one. It's I'm going to get it. I'm a Venom fan, but there is some red flags I see in this in the writers, and yeah, I don't know. What Marvel does with the whole multiverse thing just makes it really annoying sometimes, makes the characters Next up is Hallows Eve, issue number 3. I'll recommend this one to Spider-Man fans, like hardcore Spider-Man fans. This one's a decent character, it's an original character, and she's not that bad, but it's proceed with caution as well. These 3, I can't guarantee you'll like them. Next up is What's the Furthest Place from Here by Image Comics. I do highly recommend this one. It's one of the best like punk rock comic books out there. Like, I guess that's the only way I could explain it, is punk rock. They basically raise themselves with these shadow caretakers that give them money. It's got a supernatural thing to it. I highly recommend this one. It's absolutely insane. And the way they raise themselves is they raise themselves in little stores and sectors of town. So some people are police, some people are firefighters, some people are record store owners, some people are bank, some people are store owners, like grocery store owners, and they're all kids. And once they grow past a certain age, then they disappear. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Next up is Daredevil and Echo, issue number 1 by Marvel Comics. Like always, we'll check out what it's about. Main characters, obviously Daredevil and Echo, and then the female Daredevil, I'm guessing, and Cyrex. I meant Demogoblin. Something stirs beneath Hell's Kitchen. For months, the bloodthirsty demonic Demogoblin has been kidnapping children for reasons unknown. In the series, Daredevil and Echo discover why a Demogoblin works to awaken ancient, powerful evil deep within the bowels of the city. Reunited at last, Echo herself, fresh from a brief time at the host of Phoenix Force. It falls to Daredevil to stop Demogoblin and save not only children but everyone in New York. So it doesn't seem like Echo's gonna be a big part because she's recovering or something, I don't know. Reunited. And it feels so good. Alright. So a lot of people don't like Taboo's writing. It doesn't look like there is much excitement in this at all. So I will not recommend this one to anybody. Next up is Storm, issue number 1 by Marvel Comics. Oh god. did they do to you? I hope this isn't what she looks like in the comic book. I really hope not. So let's see here. Storm faces blowback of her powers. She's been a thief. A goddess, a leader of X-Men. So this is way after X-Men. This is a new Storm. I don't know. Proceed with caution if you're a Storm fan, but it does not look promising. The art looks great though. I'll admit that, except for whenever she's in Mohawk form. I don't like that. I really don't like it. She looks so not Storm with this look. So I'm gonna have to pass. Next up is Spider-Man 2099. I recommend this one. Kinda sad I missed this one, but there's just too much out there right now. New Mutants, I'm probably gonna get the trade paperback or something of this. New Mutants Lethal Legend, issue number 3. Hard pass. Blue Book, issue number 4. I really like this series. The series is really, it's so funny, and it's interesting. It's interesting because these people think this stuff actually happened to them. So yeah, I recommend this one. It's all about basically alien encounters in comic book form, apparently from true stories. Next up is The Ambassador by Image Comics. If you're into, I didn't really like this one. But it is a good break from stuff like this. Next up is Nightclub, issue number 5 by Mark Pillar and Image Comics. It is $1.99. It is a cheaper comic book, and I don't know if my comic book store has it, but I do recommend this. It's a good little series. Hopefully I can get a few copies of this. Next up is City Boy by DC Comics. So let's see here. Interesting mask. It's a Lazarus Planet. Greg Pak is the Now, is this a one-shot? Sounds like a one-shot. Oops. Oh no. Alright, here we go, City Boy. So it is from DC Comics. It's got a already good rating. Let's see here. It's a Korean. I don't understand why that's pertinent to his story, but alright. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be for me. It is a Gotham City person. Let's see. Metropolis. Towers be able to speak to cities to find lost. I don't know. This just doesn't seem appealing. It doesn't seem fun. Doesn't seem like there's anything worthy to this, but we'll see. It has something to do with that the visual that I got, so we'll see if the art looks alright though. Proceed with caution. I'll recommend this, but proceed with caution. Next up is Fury, issue number 1 by Marvel Comics. Who is Scorpio? Countdown to the impossible. A glamorous rogue agent with deadly secret lures Nick Fury into with a deadly secret lures Nick Fury into action. Thriller of a lifetime. His father's Jesus Christ, I can't read tonight. Following the trail opens a never before seen Fury files from the howling 40s. I don't know, this might be good for Nick Fury fans. It's got the original one in there, so there really isn't a synopsis in there. So I don't know. I'm not a Nick Fury fan, but this might be good for Nick Fury fans. Proceed with caution, but it's got a decent writer. Al Ewing has some alright books under his belt. Bishop War College, I don't know how that's going, but I don't recommend it. Static Shadows of Dakota. Let me know in the comments how that one's going. I didn't see very much potential in Static or Hellcat. Yeah, let me know how those two are going. Supermassive by Image Comics, issue number 1. Excuse me. A doorway has opened. Beyond it lies the Holy Grail. Yes, the Holy Grail. Oh, it's a radiant black thing. Oh, Rogue Sun. Alright. So it's a trio of Radiant Black, Rogue Sun, and the Dead Lucky. That's pretty neat. I always thought they kind of looked familiar too. I didn't know that they were actually... I didn't get very far in reading them all, but I liked them. One reason I didn't get far is because I just can't keep up with all this crap. So much of it. But yeah, this looks really interesting. It's got Radiant Black, Rogue Sun, and Dead Lucky. I haven't read anything from Dead Lucky, but I really did like the Radiant series. Radiant Black, Red, Pink is alright. Rogue Sun, I really liked how the sun took over. And yeah, we'll see how Dead Lucky is, because I'm definitely going to pull this. It's $5.99, 50 pages. Definitely something to pull and recommend. Check that out. Next up is Time Before Time, issue number 23. Seems like this one's going really well. I'm surprised it's gone on this long. It's a really good story. The art is really scratchy, but the story really makes up for it, and it kind of fits. It fits. Radiant Pink, like I said, I like it, and I don't. It's a little cliche in the storyline, but you know, I'll recommend it. Recommend it to my audience. Definitely start from number 1 though. The Sandman Universe, The Dead Boy Detectives, issue number 6 by DC Black Label. I recommend, but I'm gonna skip. Warlock Rebirth, issue number 2. Please let me know how that's going. Judging by the cover, not going good at all though. So I will recommend that you stay away from that, in my opinion. But if you like it, let me know why. Why would you like this? Please. Next is Darkwing Duck by Dynamite Entertainment, issue number 5. I wonder how this cash grab is going as well. I'll recommend it. IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Usagi Yojimbo, the Where When series. I don't know if this is a reprint or if this is all new material, but yeah, I'll recommend it anyways. I'm not a Turtles fan, but it's Usagi Yojimbo. Who can pass that up? Excellent by Marvel Comics. They're really trying to get rid of that X-Men name, huh? I really don't want it. Anyways, Hard Pass. Boom Studios, The Harrower, issue number 4. I highly recommend this one, especially if you like the occult and you know, like campfire stories and urban legends. This one you'll really enjoy. Highly recommend. Dark Horse Comics, Star Wars Hyperspace Stories. This one started off pretty good, and then they started doing like First Order, new Star Wars stuff. Got pretty lame really quick. I did like the fact that it is a Dark Horse Comics property, like that they're doing it instead of Marvel Comics. So I'd rather give Dark Horse Comics my money when it comes to Star Wars related content, but this one I'm just gonna have to pass on it. But I'll recommend it. I'll recommend it. Next up is Indigo Children, issue number 3. This one was really good. It had to do with what did it have to do with again? Let me check. Yeah, the gifted children. They're like, I don't know. I don't know if they're psychic or not. I really wish I remembered this one. I remember reading it, but I don't remember like the story, if they were psychic or what it was, but what the gift was. I don't know. I do recommend this one though. It's got a great rating. I'm gonna have to read this again. I just remember liking it, and I know that my audience will like this one. Next up is The Forged by Image Comics, issue number 3. I think my audience will like this one too. It's very brutal, very warlike, very metal, futuristic as well, sci-fi fantasy twist. Basically, it's like Halo. Yeah, basically it's like Halo the comic book. I'm definitely gonna pick up the trade paperback to this whenever I get the chance, because I know this is gonna be a long-running series. Next up is Kaya, issue number 8. I remember getting issue number 1 and thinking that this was going to be really awesome, and I was extremely disappointed. I don't remember what it was, but I was really disappointed because I think I traded this one for something else and I regretted it. So I don't recommend this one. Next is Ordinary Gods, issue number 12. This one started off really strong. And then my comic book shop stopped carrying it, and I forgot all about it. So it really stuck in my mind to where I do kind of regret not keeping up with it. But there's so many other better ones out there. Yeah, this one was easy to drop. Next is Boom Studios, The Neighbors, issue number 3. I recommend this one if you like horror. Let's see here. But I don't know. There's just a little. There might be some preaching in this, so I don't know. It's like a good horror comic book, but then it's got a little bit of a message in there, and it'll probably, I don't know. I hope it just doesn't like make it all about that, and I hope it just sticks to the supernatural part, but we'll see. I'm still gonna give it a chance. I hated that cover though. It's kind of ugly. Next up is Dead Romans by Image Comics, issue number 3. I highly recommend this one. If you want a simple war, like Tarzan, Middle Ages type of story, fantasy trope. Next up is Dune, House of Harkonnen, issue number 5 by Boom Studios. Of course, I'll recommend this one. Dune always hits hard, and they don't have a preachy writer or editor ruining the content. So yeah. Next up is 007 Dynamite Entertainment's 007 King and Country. I used to be a 007 fan when I was basically a kid and a teenager, but I grew up out of it, and I don't get nostalgic looking at these comic books, so it just doesn't mean anything to me. But I don't know. I've heard some good things about this comic book, so and Dynamite Entertainment really knows how to draw women, so yeah, I'll recommend it to 007 fans. Next up is Terror War by Image Comics, and normally I praise Image Comics for their excellent, unique stories, but this one's not one of them. Hard pass. Next up is IDW's Dungeons and Dragons Saturday Morning Adventures, issue number 3. Now, I did get to reading issue number 1 of this one. It's alright. It's for kids, teenagers. If you grew up playing D&D, you might be nostalgic reading this, but it's definitely made for parents who grew up playing D&D and wanting to get their kids into D&D. It's definitely modernized. So proceed with caution, but it's still pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's all right. Recommended if you want to get your kids into comics and D&D. Next up is AWA's Black Tape. I recommend this one. I remember getting issue number 1. Unfortunately, my comic book shops stopped carrying this one, so I wasn't able to keep up with it, but I do recommend it. It's a very interesting story. Let's see if I can get It's like a, let's see, it's a little bit mixture of horror mixed in with like a type of a metal, like a metal story. You know, like the earlier this one was punk rock in origin. This one is definitely metal. Next up is DC and Ruby's issue number 4, Hard Pass. Yeah, no further explanation. Next up is Boom Studios' The Expanse, Dragon Tooth, issue number 2. I didn't catch issue number 1 of this one. It was on April 19th. Did I pull it? No. So it's a sci-fi thing. Oh, it's from a sci-fi series. Okay. That's why I do remember this one. This one might be good for people who like the TV show, but it's not interesting to me. Yeah, I remember that. Next up is Dark Horse Comics All Night Eyes, issue number 2. I do recommend this one. I will pull this. I forgot to pull the series last time. Keep this updated. Yeah, this one's a really good horror comic. And yeah, our lead character is introduced as a gay man who refuses to pay rent. Hilarity ensues. In all seriousness, the first issue was really good. It felt like something I've seen before. A campy horror story. So there we go. Sounds really awesome. It looks like they're like a spider making a web out of human innards instead of silk. Looks crazy. I like that cover. Excuse me. Next up is Vampirella versus the Superpowers, issue number 1. Now, for some reason or another, my local comic book shop has not been buying a lot of the Dynamite Entertainment stuff all the way through. Look at this cover. I don't see why not. Jeez. These covers are awesome. There's a lot to choose from. So yeah, this one is gonna be a really good catch. Definitely recommend this one. We got Dan Abnett as a writer, so we know it's gonna be good. Being a superhero is bloodthirsty works. It's full throttle throwback action, courtesy of superstar writer, awesome Dan Abnett, and red hot artist. Okay, blah blah blah. Vampirella and her trusty sidekick Dinah might have become superheroes and are assigned to save the world that looks strangely familiar to 1940s Earth, rife with crime and corruption, and two-fisted superheroes who don't take kindly to meddling from interdimensional vampire aliens. Can Vampirella survive an onslaught of conflict from villains and heroes alike, all while solving a murder mystery and keeping her precious sidekick alive? Yeah, that sounds awesome. How have only 25 people pulled this? What's wrong with you people? Jeez. Next up is The Exile by Whatnot Publishing from Wesley Snipes himself. I highly recommend this one. It's funny. It's really funny, and everything you expect from Wesley Snipes. It's blaxploitation. It's great. It's great. That's all I can say about it. It's great. He really put in his work on this one, and all the talented writers, artists, and editors really helped out. This is a good one. Next up is Exo Manowar Unconquered by Valiant Comics, I heard that they were being bankrupt or something like that, but I'm glad to see that they're still around. Where'd they go? And maybe this comic book is the only one keeping them alive. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts. I really like it though. Recommend it to my viewers. Next up is Street Fighter 6 issue number 1 from Udon. I don't know if my comic book shop is gonna have this, but might as well recommend it while I see it, because it's Street Fighter. I mean, come on. Do I have to give a reason why? Really? Next up is Rick and Morty issue number 5 by Oni Press. Hard pass. Next up is Frank Frazetta's Dawn Attack issue number 4. By Opus. I do highly recommend this one. It's your basic space fantasy novel, kind of like what's her face? Oh my god, I forgot it. Forget I said anything. It's that girl from Dynamite Entertainments. Deja Thoris. There we go. Deja Thoris. But with a little bit more mature artists. We'll just say that. Next up is Cayman Rider 01, the person that got me copyright claim last time. I showed 30 seconds of their stupid video. Not a fan. Dead Sea issue number 6 by IDW Publishing. It's alright. It's an alright horror comic. Dark Horse does it better. Hunt, Kill, Repeat issue number 3 by Mad Cave Studios. It looked too generic for me, and the art looked absolutely garbage. It basically looked like if Chris Chan used the digital notebook to draw his stuff. Not Mad Cave. It was not quality. It was not good quality for $4.99. Hard pass. Next up is Quested by Whatnot Publishing. This one's actually really cute. Interesting cartoon work. A little silly at points, but you know, it's great to get your teen into comic books, and adults will like it as well. Bulls of Beacon Hill by Aftershock Comics. I see some potential in this one, but I have to say that I think it's gonna be totally overridden with just absolute garbage preaching. Honestly, there was so much potential in this, but they had to like just make it nothing. Like, they couldn't have made it about the story. They just had to make it about preaching and inclusivity, and yeah, it's just they ruined it. They ruined what could have been potentially a good story. See, and everybody agrees 82 is actually bad in this site. Next up is Naughty and Nice Red Sonja Vampirella issue number 1. Naughty and Nice by Dynamite Entertainment and Red Sonja. God, gotta get this before that. Someone has broken into Father's secluded, secure Arctic base and stole his plans for a top-secret project called The Bridge. The thieves then use the bridge to escape his facility to get the plans back. Father enlisted his best operatives, Naughty and Nice. These two highly trained deadly women will have to travel across various realities to retrieve these plans, but will encounter some resistance along the way. This resistance being Vampirella and Red Sonja. Can Naughty, I think that's supposed to be Nice, survive these encounters and retrieve these plans before untold damage is done? Let's see. It's got some great covers on this issue. It is $15. I will pull this. It didn't show up last week at my comic book shop. I sure hope that both $15 comics don't come out at the same time, because I'm gonna have to choose. But yeah, definitely gonna get this one. Next up is Exorcists Never Die by Mad Cave Studios, hard pass, followed by Drexler's from Scout Comics, issue number 1. It's a non-stop comic book, so it'll this will be the only one. This is a one-shot, and then you'll have to get the trade paperback. Welcome to Marvin, an isolated town on the edge of nowhere. Local Sheriff Kara Ramon is facing a crisis with the discovery of 3 slaughtered girls and another missing. As local tensions boil, she reaches out to the only person she knows capable of stopping the massacre. Town outcast and local monster, her half-brother Drexler. However, Drexler brings with him a powder keg of problems that could threaten to destroy them all. Regardless, there is something sinister stuck in the woods. Sounds interesting. Sounds really interesting. Too bad it's a non-stop, because I would like a bunch of floppies of this one, but I think waiting for the trade paperback would be best. Check it out though, it is $5.99. Seems worth it. Belle, Shape of Fear, issue number 1 by Zenscope. If you like Belle, if you like Zenscope, I'm sure you'll like this. Summoner's War, Awakening, issue number 2. I got the first series of this, and then they stopped selling it at my local comic book shop, but to be honest, it really wasn't worth it. It was a cute idea. They summon monsters, but it's just that, like, they were trying to do an anime, but they got mixed up with identity politics, and that was sad coming from Image Comics. Black Clover's coming, One Piece is coming out with some other stuff. Mullet Cop, Licensed to Krill by Scout Comics. This one's a good, funny one. It looks like an oversized comic. Oh yeah, 5x5. It's going to be in a 5x5 format. Interesting. It is only $3.99, so it's going to be cheap. It's not oversized, it's gonna be small. So yeah, definitely a good pickup. This one's absolutely funny. I don't even have to read the description to know that it's gonna be great. I promise you, you'll enjoy this. Let's see. I don't think we're gonna get this one or this one. Whatnot Publishing, Griffin, Galaxy's Most Wanted. Looked absolutely lame. I don't recommend this one. Within Temptation by Opus Comics. Let's see here. This looks like a Dune copy. But yeah, this does not look like my cup of tea. It is $6.66. It's like that techno metal stuff, and not my cup of tea. But I'll recommend it. I'll recommend it to metalheads and goth people. Next up is Sumerian Comics Feeder, issue number 1. Sumerian Comics has some alright comics. Their art is interesting. They remind me of like some 90s, like the 90s adult style comics back in the days. Like not the gross out ones, but the ones that like the 420 types. Lee Kid was the most famous action movie hero of the 80s, but has fallen on hard times. With his life in a downward spiral, Kid has become a shadow of his former self, turning into a life of crime as an enforcer for a local crime boss. But when he's given a new job, can he bring himself to complete it? It sounds very generic. Not something I really... not something that I'm gonna get. Not something that's for me. Sounds alright though, but not. Soko by Sumerian Comics, probably a similar vibe. I'm not getting it. I'm not recommending it. Let me know if I'm missing out though. And I believe that's gonna do it here for this episode of Picture This. I guess episode, I don't know. For this stream. Thank you so much for watching. Assalamu alaikum. Have a great day.